I've got myself down to the river to get the dogs walked before I go to work today, and I woke up, unfortunately, feeling really tired. It's the beginning of my women's time, but I'm just going to start. Yeah, I'm exceptionally tired, but just got to go with the flow. But anyways, this is, I'm going to show you the river today. I'm going to turn this around proper. So you'll recall last time I was here, I'll just show the ute without showing the retro plate. So that's my ute. That's where the ute was parked last time I was here, and the water, see the dark line there, the water, and where the dogs are running right now, that was underwater. So all of that was underwater before, and where that tree and that tree is, that's where I used to park. That's where I normally park the ute. Okay, so that was underwater. Do you remember I pointed to the two trees? I said, "Oh, that's where I normally park. That's where I parked the ute yesterday." Well, you can see that I could park there again today, but I'm just trying to show you the view. So yeah, where it's brown up to there, that's where the water was all the way across, and obviously all around here was underwater, under here was underwater, and all the way over there. So, and that's one of the spots I'll sit just there. Now what I'm going to do is just, we've only got half an hour to walk today, the dogs and I, instead of an hour. But I just thought I would also fit in my, yeah, so it's pretty amazing, isn't it? So this was all underwater. And what I'll do right now is I'll turn the video around so I'm not focusing so much on what the video, oh, well, it's really slippery. Oh man, this is like muddy. This is muddy and slippery. Yeah, if I turn it around to me at the moment, that way I can not focus on, oh my gosh, this is slippery. Hang on. Well, okay, hang on. Oh, this is so wet. Oh, this would be, I should have my gumboots on. I didn't know it was going to be like this, people. So that's my footprints coming down the slippery mud. I'll get down to where it's not so slippery. You can see all these duck bits. See? They're the duck marks. Cute, eh? So now I'll turn it around. Oh, look at the cute little one. The cute little one. Now I'll turn it around proper. There's a cute little bird. There's the bigger bird. There's Xena. And then, I don't know where Alvin's footprints are. My ones look yucky. But anyways, this is normally where, just to get you mind frame. So normally the vehicle's parked there, and normally I will sit there, and that's where there's got mud splat all over there, and the pond's in there, and that's where the sand was that the dogs would all run around. So you can still see the river's still swollen. Beautiful, isn't it? So we're going to now go for a walk where we normally walk, and I'll just, that's my alarm going off. So I'll now walk to where we normally walk, and hopefully it won't have this slippery mud and I can walk a bit normal. Hey, look at my boot. Look at how full of mud my boot is. I don't know if you can see it. Anyways, let me just, sorry, I didn't know it was going to be like that. That's just like I think it's called silt. So it's a real fine, a really, really super fine dirt. And when it gets water on it, it just becomes like glue or something. It's too fine, it's got no coarseness in it. But up here, we'll just see what happens. Sorry, I know I'm walking stupidly, but you did not know. That was very, very slippery. Yeah, so that's the bankment that I normally sit on. It goes down. That's where the dogs run around. So yeah, I'm glad you get to see it. And then this is what it will look like in winter. Sorry, in winter it will go up to above those trees and the whole river will be under. But there's different... It's a very beautiful river. It's always changing. So now I'll actually be able to show you. So I don't know if you remember me saying that one day I came. Oh, look how strong the water was. The water was so strong that that log was up there. That log was up there and the water pushed it down. Ha! Amazing, isn't it? So what? That's a few days. Yeah, good. This is getting sandy now. A few days ago, you know, when I came down without my camera and the water had risen, and I thought I'd missed it. This is sort of what it looked like. So, and then when I came back the following day with my camera, it had completely flooded out, and I couldn't show you anything spectacular. It was huge, but you couldn't see all the undulations, and then I thought, when it goes back down, it will look like this, which is what it is. So, yep, yeah. And now we get to see the aftermath of the, whoa, slippery again. Now we get to see the aftermath of the water subsiding. I was going to take these boots to work with me today, but I made a mistake by not wearing my gum boots. So with the abundant source of all, like this water flow, the elixir of life, like truly the elixir of life water is. Truly the elixir of life. So that's not, you used to see the dogs and I walking up there, and that's the first island that we used to walk around. But I'll get my little speedy galompers on and I'll try to walk a bit, but sorry, I didn't realise I'd done that. Gotta be more mindful of what the camera can see. I'll get my speedy little galompers on. My little galompers that are got like a huge blob of mud attached to it. So yeah, last night this is slippery. Last night the Holy Guacamole night was absolutely incredible, like I knew it would be, but actually even more incredible than what I thought it was going to be. So I had allocated myself to helping out in the kitchen with the food prep, and it was Mexican style food, very yummy. And one of the ladies who did most of the cooking, she loves cooking. She was a joy to work with, and I was like the chopper-upper and the presenter and all that sort of stuff. And then basically I also, we won't go that way. And then I also helped out with, there was a team of about 20 people to help set up. Big group of people, and just beautiful. You probably won't think it's beautiful, but just all the patterns in the mud of I say little animals are popping through. I know, I just love it. I would prefer to have the camera facing where I'm going, but the problem is when I do that, I look at the camera to see what is you can see, to make sure you can see something okay. Oh, look, there's actually mold here on the mud. Isn't that interesting? So yeah, I find that our days haven't, the weather's cooled down. You can see that the weather's cooled down because I'm wearing a jumper. This is wool, and then I've got my overcoat, not my overcoat, my overshirt. But the days are still getting, I'm not going to say they're hot, but there's definitely heat. And that's why I'm surprised that I'm surprised that we've got algae here. But obviously, under these she oaks, because I haven't been coming here in the middle of the day. Right, so this pathway, this is where we normally walk down, we go across, and that's blocked. That's a bugger. Look, if I had my gum boots, if I had my gummy boots on, I would have just walked it. I've got my leather boots on. Woo! I should have shown you them running. They just leapt across there. It was quite spectacular. Let me just turn this around. Yeah, look, if I had gumboots on, I would have just walked straight through that. And I know that bit over the other bit there is slippery. So this is annoying. I'm a little bit... I'll try a different way. So the abundant source of all, I so much want to share. I had amazing sleeps last night, and I also had some amazing dreams and woke up with some really interesting thoughts, and a lot of gratitude for my day. Yep, this is sandy. See how that's sandy? If you ever walk in the bush, you look around for... See, that's sandy and mud. You look at the porousness of it. That's mud, that's slippery. And that's slippery. Don't be deceived, okay? Do not be deceived. That's very slippery. Okay, so I nearly slipped. And then, don't be deceived, that's slippery as well. Yeah, you've got to be careful with these sorts of things. I'll go up this way. This looks like it might be a bit... Whoa, nearly slipped into the... Okay, all right, we've got over. We're on the other side. Whew. Look at this. This looks interesting, doesn't it? The green. Like a carpet. Oh, no. This is actually where we used to... Oh, no, it's okay. It's going to be all right. I was going to say this was where we normally walk it. It's undercover, underwater, but I think we'll be okay over here. Look, see? Underwater. It's like the adventure. You know, what I love about the Avon, and what I love about... I've been here 16 months now. I've been walking the river on different sides. The other side was down near the Tujo side. From Northam heading towards Tujo to... First part of the year when Alvin was younger, I used to walk that a lot because I didn't know this existed. And wow, this is incredible. and then I got told by an old lady about the Burloin pools and came to find it, and way surpasses all the other stuff because it's, you know, cool in summer. There's water flowing in summer. There's way less people that come here. Dogs can... I don't have to worry about meeting up with heaps of people with dogs. And the dogs and I can just walk and have fun, and the dogs can just run. It's like it's like a miracle playground. It's like a Wonderland playground. Check this out. Check out this big log. That's from the flood in winter. But see how the paper bark's all wet? The paper bark is all wet because of the water, which is showing up the colours and the big logs. I'd love to take a photo of that. I wonder if that works. I just went to see if I could take a photo while I was doing the YouTube. If it was a video, there's a button that you can press to take photos, but not when it's YouTube. Last night was fascinating. Hang on, I just want to show you around more. Look at the water reflection on the tree just there. Isn't that beautiful? Very exciting for them. Okay. They need to have a really good run because I'm going to be at this lady's house from 10 a.m. today till about 6 p.m. So I'm just crossing over some muddy area, which is sandy, so I know that I won't slip. See? Anyways, yeah, last night there was about 50 women there, 20 people, about 20 people to set it up, including some of the men folk helped set it up, and then oh, this is beautiful. Hang on, see the flow. Look at the blue. I've got this spectacular camera. I'm glad I did this. This new phone I got, I made sure it took good footage. So I didn't go top of the range, but I went one under top. You know, but I can already see that the camera is picking up the sky reflection in the water. It really picks up all the different blues in the sky. Aren't they stunning? See, this is what it's like in the Avon wheat belt. Like, we've got the clearest, most beautiful skies. That's where I showed you the little snake hole I found in that little section over there that was underwater, and there was a pond of water down there and sand all around it. And we used to walk through there. It's just stunning. Oh, excuse me. Gosh, I'm standing right near the edge, and the dog's just not quite knocked me over, but almost knocked me into the water. So I know some of you find this as beautiful and serene as me. And for those of you who don't, probably would like to challenge you to question you why. Why does this not create serenity in you? So last night, there was about 60 or more people, right? It was not a small group. There was 8 tables with 8 chairs each, and every table was full. And it went like this. There was the Mexican style food, quite a few different options, including dessert. It was more buffet style, so people went up and got their own food. But between all of that, there was games, heaps of different games, and craft activities, and there was a bit of holy guacamole reading, like holy reading. But basically it was to get the community, a group of ladies to have fun. It was about ladies having fun, right? But it's also about non-Christian ladies coming to have fun. And I didn't realise that it wasn't actually... Gentle, please. Alvin! Gentle. Alvin! Sometimes he's way too rough with her. See, they're going to be together alone for 10 hours today. 10, 11, 12, 6, 8 hours. Yeah, she's still not quite matched with his weight. Anyways, I'll turn this around. Yeah, on average, the age group was I reckon 50 to yeah, no, everyone of every different age. There was people, teenagers there. There was people in their 20s, people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. Just really fantastic. Gentle. There was a really fantastic age group, age diversity, and I didn't realise it, but the intention was to bring people from the community in to have fun, but make it non-threatening. So the Christianity side of it wasn't really big at all, but obviously it helps introduce people to the Bridgeley Church, and what the Bridgeley Church is, just a group of people openly committed to being authentic and loving each other and being kind and caring and playful and supportive, and oh gosh, but so what a great way to introduce people into the world of Christ, because there was one part that was like a miracle talk, like a holy talk, but apart from that it was just about interacting, fun, games, dinner, coffee, quite amazing. And the next one that's on the 21st of June is 80s theme. Oh, and they're themed, and they always say dress up, and I didn't realise people would. Like, I quickly got ready because I was so tired. I didn't realise people would dress up, but people really did. They really dressed up. I was so impressed. So I was like, whoa, go ladies. And then anyways, careful. Enough, gentle. Yeah, Zena just fell into some water before. I'll show you. Pretty fast flowing. She fell over that thing, went in there. She sort of went down it, and then she got out. So it's still strong. I want her to be careful. But that shows me that she's definitely quite good with swimming. Anyways, yeah. The ladies were having so much fun. I was too. I was a helper though, so I had a lot of responsibility. But yeah, but there was this one, quite a few ladies actually there that were like really playful. I'm ladies in their late 60s, just letting loose like they were 6. That warmed my heart. Playing, like we had so many different games, and predominantly most women in the room were getting involved with the games. How beautiful is this? Yeah, uninhibited, just free for all, childful, majestical playing. Look, isn't that beautiful? Wish I could take a photo. I might need to take it. When I do these YouTubes, I might also have to take a camera. That would make a perfect photo. I wish I could just snap it. But I don't think I can. Careful! Careful! Yeah, wow, this to me is so relaxing, so beautiful. I did a prayer the other day, peoples, to God about should I do these walks without my camera, and am I getting addicted to trying to show the beauty of this place to everyone, and should I just be in the moment just for myself? And that was the day that I brought the camera, didn't bring my camera down, and I remember going, oh, I just want to share this with the world. I can easily have my phone in my bag. See, I've got my bag. I brought my cute little crochet bag. I can put the phone away at any time I need to. And when we do 2-hour walks, I'm not doing a YouTube the whole time. But for a lot of people, this is something they can't see. Some people live in apartments in the middle of a town or a city, or they might be living somewhere it's snowed in, or where there's no rivers, or people who don't have dogs that would love dogs, that love the flamboyancy and the playfulness of my dogs. You know, this is my heaven. Most of us have a heaven. I know some of you probably don't have a home backyard as beautiful as this. But you also have to remember the con of this is I'm quite isolated. So pros and cons to everything. But I see my pros as outliving my cons. And some of my previous videos, I used to talk to you about my sense of loneliness around my sense of isolation. And I used to feel a bit despairing about how isolated I was. I used to feel a sense of despondency and around it, and I had to really work through that because I could see that everything. But you have to remember the summer was kicking in, and everything was dry and get a bit scary. And last winter, the Facebook lives that I would like to bring over to my YouTube lives, if I can somehow, I don't know how. Sorry. See? Big slip. I'm going to have to head back because I've got to go to work soon. I've got to check the time at 9 o'clock, 1 hour. Bugger. We can go a little bit further up. I think we've got about another 20. So today I'm just decluttering her house. So what I'm wearing is what I was going to take, except for what I'm wearing now is what I was going to wear to her house. But once we've gotten on top of the initial part, some of the decluttering is going to take a long time. Decluttering can take a really, really, really long time. It can take months or years, but we'll start with some of the major stuff that then we're emptying out to get in this one room decluttered to the point where I can paint that room, and then we'll put everything back and get that one room sorted. And then we'll move systematically. I told her it's a systematic process. And then, so we'll get the house decluttered, painted, renovated, and then eventually I'll go to the yard. Check this out. This is the fork in the river. Yeah, so basically then we'll eventually move on to landscaping the garden. And gardening always takes a lot of maintenance. Like, she's an older woman. And then we're moving into, probably there'll be some external stuff that she's had the house for 18 years, and she's very blessed because she just got left her mother's inheritance. So she was actually starting to get to a place of despondency in life, of thinking that she was going to have to sell a house and downsize. And not that her house is big, I haven't seen it, but I'm not saying it's a big house, but go something that, something. And she didn't. And then God provides her through her mother. And so now she can afford to fix the house up, get the house how she wants it. God brought her and I together. It was a really amazing miracle catch-up way of... It was a really interesting way, and it ties in with the Holy Guacamole Night, okay? So I share this with you all, but about 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, I got invited to a craft night, okay? And the night that it was on, I had no energy. At this point, I hadn't had my blood results back, and I did not know that my tiredness was because of underactive thyroid and no iron. There's tiredness. And I thought maybe it's because of the journey I've been going through with dealing with this depression and this loneliness, because this last 3 months of my life has been really, really challenging. This last 16 months of my life has been really challenging, and it's taken its toll. Like, for those of you who know me really well, I have more wrinkles than I've ever had in my life. I have aged years. In this last 3 months, and especially this last 16 months, I've probably aged 5 years because of the depression and the despair and the anxiety and the anguish and the out of control, what on earth is going on. Like, you know the story about how just shattered my heart, mind and soul has been, because everything was supposed to be my dream come true with the love of my life, and and then it all just went the opposite, like so badly pear-shaped. It went so wrong in every way, what looked like it was wrong. And then as it turns out, it was all God's blessings. And oh, Zena! That was really bad, actually. She just literally slammed into the front of both of my legs, just underneath my knees. Ah! Gentle with me. Gentle. I'm going to take that as a cue to walk back. And then, because she might have been doing that, so I'm tired, let's go back. Yeah, luckily I sort of was wondering, are you going to do it? Because lately you've been, she's only done it a couple of times, about 5 times, and since I've known her, since she's been in my life, and she hasn't been doing that. She's been just missing me, running around with this cheeky little smile. Ah! Yeah, I think she's trying to tell me she's tired, actually, to tell you the truth. Come on. Yeah, and just then she did it. She didn't do it hard, but it was deliberate. She didn't have to. But yeah, that's interesting. But she looked at me as she did it, so that I thought, oh yeah, I think she's saying, Zena! Sorry, she just walked straight in front of my legs while I'm trying to walk. That's not cool. Now, anyways, the issue is, when I was at this craft group, whenever it was, a couple of months ago, I was so tired. All I wanted to do was go to bed, right? And it was so interesting because I forced myself to go to this craft night, just like I forced myself to go to this barbecue a couple of days before. And there was people at that barbecue that were also there last night. And so all this forcing myself to step up and be part of the community. And no matter how tired I'm not, I realised, okay, here I am feeling isolated in this beautiful, beautiful area. Well, step up. Get part of the community. Don't just go to church on Sunday. Start saying yes to the invites. I haven't looked at the newspaper or anything to see what's going on. I don't have to, because I'm getting too many invites, you know what I mean? Like, I got invited to a garden group the other day, which is actually on Facebook. But there was a couple of ladies in the group that actually sent me text messages to make sure I bloody knew it was on, to make sure I was there. Like, private texted me. Didn't just rely on me finding out about it, made sure I knew that it was on. So people are going out of their way to invite me to things, not even knowing that I've been feeling isolated or lonely, or just wanting me to be part of their groups. Like, really wanting me to be there. Dogs running slippery ground. And so I said yes to this craft group, and I went there, and I was again it was this group of women, and they were doing a scrapboard thing, and it was all really vibrant and lively, and everyone's all chirpy, and I'm just low. My energy's low, and I just went, I just want to be around that energy, but I don't really have much to contribute. I'm just going to sit on this couch for a minute, made myself a cup of tea and sat on the couch for a minute, just watched it all. And I loved being there. I felt really blessed to be there. And then I sat on the couch, and then this other lady came and sat on the couch next to me. And I said to her, just feeling really tired. Hey, she goes, oh, hello. My name's Lilith. And I said, oh, yeah, my name's Nadina. And she goes, I can't remember what she said. And then I go, I just have to be really honest with you. I just want to go to sleep. I just literally just want to go to sleep. She goes, oh, so do I. I said, but I really want to be here. Like, look at this. And I'm looking around and looking at all these women, lively and chatty and happy, and loved being there. It was a blessing. Anyway, this lady and I got chatting. We got to know each other. And then we took a while to get started with doing our craft, because we were chatting and we were tired and everything. So I'm a little bit blocked here. I have to work out how to get up here. And then, anyways, we end up sitting at our own table, and we're taking it slow and easy. And then I end up doing this craft that just blew everyone's mind. I went, wow, that is so people just couldn't believe what I'd created. And I just slapped it together, started way after everyone else, and people just started coming over to actually check it out. They couldn't believe how creative I was. And I had this flash. I thought, this is the type of people that would help get me to do, I could get paid to do murals on people's houses or mosaics on people's landscaped garden beds. And I can actually, this is the group, this is an established, these are the mature, established people of Northam. Most of the people in that group had been in Northam either their whole life or most of their life. Farms, they know people. I went, wow, it's through something as simple as me going to a craft night that I can actually get it out there, how artistic I am, how phenomenally skilled I am. Word of mouth, I started feeling this sense of excitement, right? And I didn't say anything to anyone, but I just thought they're showing so much interest in my creativity and they're so blown away by what just took me 15, 20 seconds to do. They kept going, how'd you do that? I went, and they went, oh, okay, you just know what to do. You just got it. And I said, yeah, I do actually. I do. I'm an artist. And I thought, yeehaw. Something just clicked in my brain. And I went, these are people with money that appreciate art. I could show them how to do stuff. I have a time I'm talking about when I'm settled. It was just a really exciting, yeehaw, eureka moment. When it will come. It was part of my surrendering to God. Stepping up, being around godly people, tapping into the abundant source of all. And then that's how the provision comes back. So by me going to that craft group, I'm getting known in Northam as a really artistic woman. Not because I said it, but because I saw it and got blown away. And then what happened was, the first lady on the couch, she and I were at the table doing our art together, our scrapbooking. And she started talking about she asked a couple of things and I started telling her some things, and then she asked some other questions and I went deeper into answering those questions. And I was telling her about this woman who I helped declutter her house for money. She lost her husband to cancer, and she had a mother who died a long time ago who used to collect antiques. And so she had a house full of really expensive stuff. And she herself, this is that dangerous area that I got stuck in before. She herself, I wonder if it's dry up here. She herself was a collector of antique stuff. And then she also had all her husband's stuff, and he had been a collector of stuff. So she had a house full of through the roof, super duper expensive antique stuff, and more than what 20 people needed. Like, seriously, way too much. But we had to go through her husband's stuff. She also, her husband had done all the bookworks, and he had all his super fun set up, and he had the office set up a certain way, and he had a filing system set up a certain way. And I systematically, started off with the filing system and the admin stuff, and helped formulate a plan, helped formulate a system that was her style. And I just was asking her questions like, what colours do you like? She goes, this and this and this. Okay, so we're going to get filing. And do you like using computers or paper? Paper. So I said, okay, we're going to start with an old school filing system, an old school paper-based filing system. And we're going to colour code things, and different areas are going to be colour coded and this and this. And I just brought it straight back to the bare basics of how can we make doing the admin enjoyable for you? What would give it joy? So I took it straight back to that point. Then we went through all the really important legal stuff. This job took me 3 months. 3 months just to go through the paperwork, really, and to create a good, healthy system for her. But during that time, we would do quite a few hours of admin stuff, but then we'd move to her mum's stuff, which was a bit easy because that was just stuff that she could sell. They would give her money that she's been hanging on to. So we systematically went through that, Anyways, I was telling this lady at the craft night about this particular job. And I said how that's an area of strength for me because it involves counselling. You've got to be empathetic. OCD can kick in. Like I'm really good at page layout stuff. I'm good at lots of computer stuff as well, like working certain systems out in the computer. Really good at paperwork and accounting when I get my head around it. Very good at organising, very good at decluttering, very good at going into a big mess and breaking down to small bits. And I realise it's a huge skill set. It's a job that I've always wanted to do, but how do you get in the market? How do you promote yourself? How do you present yourself? Blah, blah. And her eyes were going all alit with joy. And then she said, and then she started to sort of cry a little bit. And I need help to declutter my house. I want to leave my life simple. For when I die, I want it to be simple for my daughters. And But for me, I want my life to be simple. I've got more stuff than I need and this and but I don't know what to let go of, how to let go of it. It seems too big for me. I said, well, I would love to help you. I'd love to come and help you. And then she goes, oh, would you? And then she goes, I could pay you. And I went to go, no, don't worry about it. And I went, Nadina, stop. You need a job. This is something you just said you want as a job. You deserve to be paid for. I said, okay. I said, yes, thank you. That would be wonderful. And I said, I've really stepped up in, if it's a job, then it's a different energy altogether. And I started putting the parameters in place. My confidence really stepped up. I said, I've had too many jobs where I've been taken advantage of. I give too much. I don't have clear boundaries. I'm a real people pleaser, this and this and rah. And then we started going into the logistics of various things, which was really important. And I said to her, and I'm worth a certain amount of money that I know is what I need to start charging, especially when it comes to I'm worth minimum $50 an hour. Especially when it comes to hard labour, because I do the job of 3 people in one. I'm really good at what I do. And when I get into a zone, I'm so superficial. She goes, oh, no. And she's basically telling me money's not a problem. She's been blessed to receive inheritance from her mother. And this is a win-win for both of us. And we've just both crying and praying because of the actual miracle of the abundance of the perfect person coming to help the perfect job. And this will lead to other jobs. The right perfect jobs are going to come to my life that don't aggravate my injuries, don't aggravate my crippledness. There's a lot about me, but I believe in miracles, and I know that a lot of my injuries, in fact, a lot of my injuries are healing. Like my shoulders, I won't go into that right now. Car's just there and walking up this really slippery hill. But basically, miracles abound, prosperity abounds, tapping into the abundant source of all. It simply looks like being brave, having those authentic conversations, divine timing. God brings us to the right people at the right time. But we've got to put ourselves there, and we've also got to open up to having clear, self-loving, godly boundaries. So I could have just said to this lady, I'll come and help. And I would have just gone there a couple of times or whatever. But this is going to be an ongoing job for years, because then she started talking to me about a house, what a house needs. And then my neighbour, who knows what I can do because she's seen what I've done to my house, goes, this woman, you need something done? This woman, Nadina, she can do anything. She can do anything. Anything you need done to your house. And then I said she goes, her work is phenomenal. She is so skilled. And I said, and by the way, anything that's too much for me or needs certain tools, whatever, I've got a really good friend, and this is my friend Brad. I've got a really, really good friend who's got every tool you can imagine needing. And there's a lot of jobs, and he and I work really well together. So he and I can do the bigger jobs that I can't do on my own. So this woman, she's got a lot of needs, you see. And now all her needs are getting met. And anyways, I just got really excited. That was a while ago that all happened. And then last night with that craft group, look at this key ring. This was the craft we did. It doesn't matter, it's on the table. I've got to quickly get ready now. Mwah! Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao, ciao, bye bye. Love you all. Bye.